Greetings, Commanders. We talk a lot about the meta for AX combat, and works well in Titan space and in anti-xeno combat zones or fighting solo. But every now and then, it's fun to try something that is completely different, and that, for all intents and purposes, could maybe even be described as bad as far as AX combat is concerned, or a bad idea, or kind of more of like a crazy idea of some kind. But at the end of the day, it's a game. If we don't try new things and have fun every now and then, trying to min-maxing and optimizing for like the best combat ship kind of gets old at some point or another. So what we have here that we brought to Titan space around Haddad is a railconda, an anaconda with 8, or rather 6, medium railguns with the long range and plasma slug experimental. The plasma slug experimental is interesting because it converts the weapons to consume fuel instead of regular ammo. And since we've mounted, well, we can't actually see it. I don't actually know how you show the total fuel on this ship, but take my word for it. We have 2 Class 6 fuel tanks equipped on this Anaconda, which give it pretty much infinite ammo for all intents and purposes, as you have over 800 volleys of ammo, travel fuel notwithstanding, in this ship, which means that you can fire more or less all day long. And this ship is designed to fire at Fargoid scouts from a distance of 6 kilometers and from the safety or relative safety of the asteroid field. So it does get a little spicy when you fire at this velocity, and you do have to have like quite a fine aim, which means this is actually a pretty good training for Gauss cannons if you're going to be fighting solo. And there we go. Like, if you hit all your shots, you can... Ooh, can't see from that distance. You're going to take down a scout with just 4... Actually, 3 hits, I think, is the minimum. In practice, you usually take 4 if you hit, or if you miss, like I did just now, it's gonna be more like 5. It's actually easier to hit these things as they get further away, because of the convergence of the weapon themselves. Like, the more you get closer and the harder it is to hit them all. The one thing about this build, and why it's, quote, objectively bad as far as AX combat is concerned, is that it cannot kill interceptors. It has no AX weapons to be spoken of, and even though it's kind of really tanky, as like it has reinforced biweaves and sort of beefed up by 0D shield reinforcements. No, sorry, the utilities, whatever it's called. The shield boosters thing. Shield boosters. Even though it's been sort of like buffered up, it is still not capable of killing any interceptors whatsoever because of its lack of weapons. It is exclusively for hunting scouts out here in Titan space and at Fargo Spire sites. The other thing that it can do, and that it actually does very, very well, is take down interceptor shields. So, because most of the damage, about 2/3 of the damage of railguns is thermal, railguns are extremely well suited at shooting down shields. And that includes Fargoid interceptor shields. When we do see an Orpheus showing up, oh, there it is. We see an Orpheus at the instance down there. You'll see just how quickly we'll be able to take down an Orpheus shields without really using any precious ammo out here, as rearming in Titan space is really not possible, and you'd have to go back to a carrier station to do that, which is obviously something that would take quite a bit of time. Now, we've gotten, again, attention of the escort out there, so we're gonna head on the outer side of the asteroids and see if we can shake the escort that just picked up our tail, which we should be able to, while making our way closer to that Orpheus that we see in the distance down there. In the meanwhile, we have regenerated our heat sinks, so we're ready to engage. Even though I have long-range sensors on A-grade sensors, Orpheuses are very, very difficult to log because they run very cold. They are the equivalent of our stealth builds as far as Fargoid interceptors are concerned. So note, I will not be able to kill this interceptor because I don't have any weapons that can damage its hull, but I do want to show and demonstrate the ability of shooting down its shields because it is quite remarkable. There you go, and the shields are down. Note that we do this while practically consuming no ammo whatsoever, meaning that we can do pretty much all day long. And at this point, people who are here with shard cannons or anti-xeno missile racks could be happily shooting at the Orphers, whether you're in Titan space or whether you are at the Firewood Spire site. So this is it, really. This is the core idea of a build. It's definitely not a recommended build, but it's a fun build to try. And if you're sort of like in the mood of something that is fundamentally different from the usual meta, then this is something that you might have a look at. I've been personally flying it both solo and in Wing, and I've been having lots of fun with it. I can't really say that it works well, because it kind of doesn't. For anything, it's like really sort of like experiment. But as you can see, like you can actually hit these scouts at, well, if you can, well, not behind an asteroid. And there we go. As you can see, just sniping scouts from like this kind of range is not something you kind of are used to. And I don't know, I enjoy it. Like, again, not your typical build, not something we'd recommend. More like experimented in kind of like bad AX builds. But if you want to have some fun and see like how it works for you, by all means, you should try it. With that, glory to mankind and Commander Meccan over and out.